Good morning, everybody. This is Friday, July the 12th of 2019, and this is the briefing of FGBL German Bund. First, what we see here is just overlook. It's summertime. We're in the beginning of the lazy summer month in markets. So see here, this is the German DAX index. And you may all know this tool, it's SeasonX, and this is just a calculation from September 1991 and on, and you see how the market was behaving during the summer month, July to September. And you see this is, of course, nothing new, but still want to remind you that it's not unusual that markets may look for lower prices as the time of investing of the big guys, of commissions and of investors and of funds and everything normally happening, of course, at the springtime, and also when they try and at the end of a year trying to get the last available money into their funds. So this is normal. Of course, markets always having different economic impacts, and right now the situation is such the complexity of the situation in worldwide markets, influenced by uncertainty of Brexit, uncertainty of economy, uncertainty of behavior of Trump and everything. But still remember, it's summertime, and it's totally normal. You'll see here the last 20-25 years what in common movement is in the DAX, in the stock markets. So let's see let's see what we have. Yesterday in the Bund future, you see we started again in the middle of the previous day distribution around, and I already showed yesterday my hyper number 2 was running as value was built below the day before's epoch. So prices then were rejected on my second target, went back to the open range and looked above to the pre-market, and then they tried another time, and more, you see here, more sellers coming in. So prices went down and value was built around this sector of 71.70 to up to 172.12. So we had another short trend in Bund yesterday with a stabilization and some kind of double top, a double bottom at the 171.68. And you see here they take some wins from the shorts, they closed some positions, and they couldn't really get above the low of previous day here. You see this here, this is what's the distribution edge, the volume edge. You see here some minor PSC, you see here it bounces where prices got rejected, and you see this also here. When they tried, they couldn't even get higher than this area about 172.96, 97. So shorts come in again. You see this here. The second try of buyers were less as strong as the first, which of course also included the closing of the active sells. So you see then that the sellers coming back with a huge amount number 2, with a huge amount of selling and a try number 2, which this was some kind of double bottom. But then watch what happens here. You see the VPOC of yesterday 171.87, and you see that they can't get above. So this is something usually a really good sign for weakness in the big picture bias, because it means if they cannot get sellers above the at the moment POC, you are seeing that this is a sign for weakness. And what happened then? The weakness build it at the end, the strength and the confidence again for short. So you see it in the delta, the aspect difference, that they build it in every time period, bar period, which is actually 15 minutes, more power into the short. And you see that prices get deeper, and in the overnight market, at the evening and overnight market, the prices stayed within a range in this small distribution in between a low of 171.47 and 171.61. So this was the range in the overnight session. Now with the open with the old pre-market time, period, which started, we used to start at 8 o'clock, with now market participants try to leave this range, leave this edge of 171.62 and get higher. So we got this pivot here, we got this situation where the shorts grown in their strength, and where the range is built around 171.70. For me, it's now important to see what happens in the hour between 8 and 9 o'clock. If prices fall back, go back to the range, we may see on Friday maybe only some range trading. You never know if there are some influences from outside, you never know what's happening, but I only say if we stay within and can't go back to this upper range, we may see a range day. But of course, the last days we always had some movement in the market. So what happens then? If we leave this overnight range, so if we can build value, what exactly happening right now, above 171.62 area, then prices have to go higher than this pivot point. So if we build value above the 171.70, above value, I'm looking for the long with targets number 1, 171.86, and target number 2 around 170.94. If we can build value below the 2 days overnight pre-market distribution, so right now at the moment below the 171.52, if you can build value around below 52, 51, I will go for the short, and that's it. With target 171.30 right now, and even further. We will see after pullback what will be the strength of a short. Yeah, that's my big picture preparation for German Bund future today for Friday, July the 12th, 2019. This is Anton Hopfe for Manapa.